How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Tower of Fantasy video. Today is going to be the Day 5 guide, so we're going to talk about a lot of exciting things coming in here, including PvP and a bunch of other goodies. There's also going to be a ton of information that's going to help you even beyond Day 5, so make sure to check out the guide for this. So let's go ahead and get right into it. By now, it's Day 5. We've established a lot of consistent daily thing that's going to happen, right? We know that every day you're going to log in, you're going to do your bounties, right? That's the first thing, one of the first things you want to do. You want to go here and you want to get your bounties done. Your bounties are a great source of XP as well as a bunch of other stuff, so just make sure you're keeping on top of those. After that, you're going to want to go ahead and do your main story up to the Chance Meeting Friends version in the top right here, and you can see that a new chapter will unlock later. That is the maximum we currently have. And then after that, you're going to want to go ahead and check out your runes. There are two new ones. I believe it's CO2 and CO3. So you're going to get access to a blue piece of shoulder pad gear and a blue chest piece, which is going to be very useful for you, especially in the Bygone Phantasm. So that's going to be very nice to have. And once you have done that, then you're going to be looking at spending your vitality. Your vitality is still the same. All of these options are still in here. We do have the introduction of Joint Operation 3 at this point in time. And since it is, got a few options here on these extra days on Thursday and Sunday. So the thing here is that there are some blue pieces of gear that you can get, but overall this is kind of a trap until later levels. If you're a serious Bygone Phantasm ladder pusher, you could consider going here for the boots and the belt, but you could also just alternatively get it in the shop if that's something you want to do. But I wouldn't recommend this for most people where the Bygone ladder ranking isn't going to make a difference for them. Other than that, your best options are going to be to find 3-star stargates from the interstellar exploration, and then also the space-time domain is a very good source of money. So once we've got all of that out of the way, right, we're talking about level cap. If you've done all those things, you've exhausted your vitality, you've cleared the runes, you've cleared the main story, you cleared the bounty. Now we're going to talk about something special here, because you can see on my screen, I am short about 70k XP. So that means there are going to be some options for me. And here is option 1, and this is going to be a very strong option. The first option that you have is you could look at your side stories. So in order to do that, we'll go access the terminal and go to the story. And there are side missions. If you see these categories here, you have Astra, you have the Bounties area, as well as Navia, and then the start of Crown. If we go to Astra, we have 70% complete, and we're like, whoa, why is 70%? What about the other? So what there's some special side quests in the area, and you can click here and then you can find out where these side quests are. So you'll be able to get an information about where they're located, and then you can start them. Once you complete the 2, it will give you that extra percent you're missing, and the benefit to this is that you can claim these rewards like the potent omnium crystal, which will allow you to upgrade your suppressor, as well as gold nucleus dart crystal and gold, which is very nice. And it's going to be the same for a lot of these, so you can go through and knock out a few of these side stories. Just keep in mind, some of them have really long chains, like this one. This is a 7-part chain, so that will be quite a bit of XP. So just be careful not to waste any experience once you are fully capped. But like I said, I have 70k breathing room, and that was including opening 30 blue password chests that I had to get for the newcomer event. So that we'll go ahead and jump into that. That's a second option, is opening blue password chests. You can use a few of your keys if you want to gain some experience, or you can go and get some of those supply pods on the map. But if you really want to min-max, your best option is probably to open up green chests and force open password chests till you hit level cap and save the rest of that for later, because these chests are all experience, like percentage base for the level. So as you get higher, they're going to get more experience, so you're just saving yourself a little bit of time. So that's going to be it for the what you need to do section. Now we're going to talk about the daily things, like the time sensitive stuff. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the newcomer event. So the newcomer event is the one where you get the SSR Selector box. And at this point in time, once you've capped your vitality, and if you've spent 30 blue chips, right, for password chests, you should have exactly enough with the logins, assuming you've logged in every day and you completed all of the random achievements that are there. you're going to be capped now, so you should have enough to get it. I'm going to claim that, and as you can see, I do have enough to go ahead and select my character or claim this selector here. So I'm going to go ahead and claim that, and we're going to talk about the SSR weapon selection box and what you should claim. Okay, so this is going to be a tough choice. There are a lot of good weapons here. There are a lot of good like thematic weapons, so ones that you're going to want because they look cool. And this is where you're going to have a decision, and we're going to talk about this. And I'll elaborate a lot more on my live stream. I do a live stream every day at 6 p.m. EST, so make sure to check that out. I will be streaming today on August 14th. So go ahead and check that one out if you want super detailed information on what to specifically do for you. But here's the rough gist of it, right? So King and Sethphir are the two best weapons in the game. If you don't have them, getting one of these is really, really important because it's going to allow you, Sethphir is going to allow you to do the most damage possible, and King is going to allow you to break shields in the most efficient way while causing the most damage. So that's going to be the two that you most likely would want to aim for in like 75% of cases, right? There are some small niche, like if you're a PvPer, you could consider Coco, you could consider Meryl, and there's some other things if you're like a really big Crow fanatic and you got a bunch of Crow pieces already and you want to get him up to 6 stars, you could possibly consider that. So those would be the options. Zero's also a good option for PvP as well. Crow was only PvE only, so just take note of that a lot of these are going to be different, but like majority of the time the answer is going to be Sethphir or King. And if you have a Sethphir or King already, just get another Sethphir or King because they're very, very powerful, especially when they get high star levels. So I'm going to go ahead and select my choice of Sethphir since I got incredibly not lucky and I did not get a Sethphir at all whatsoever. So there we go. I have selected it. I now own a copy of Sethphir, which is great because now I can purchase additional copies of Sethphir into the shop and boost her star power up. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's talk about what's going to happen. Monday is going to be the weekly reset. There are some things you need to get done before Monday. The first thing is going to be your Bygone Phantasm rank. You need to go ahead and boost that up and make sure that you as high as possible in your bracket so that you can potentially get the max reward. If you're getting the max reward already, or you see that the people above you are like super ultra giga Leviathan whales, then don't worry about it and just, settle for the rank you are, but make sure that you clear up to your maximum potential. And that's going to help you a long way. Also, pro tip, try to save your Mia's Kitchen for today, because if you cash in all 3 of them when you're on a level that's really hard for you to beat on the Bygone Phantasm, you will get 3 buffs, and they do stack, and they go into the Bygone Phantasm. So make sure you're capitalizing on that as well as food. So that's going to be really important. The next thing that's going to reset on Monday is going to be the crew missions, so make sure you get all these done. Again, I got trolled with the wormhole and the void rifts. We're not going to talk about that. Don't make the mistake I did. That we covered that in the guides. Make sure you donate and all that good stuff, because these rewards right here are coming. So you're going to get dark crystals equivalent to how well your guild did in terms of increasing their rank, and then you're also going to get a reset on the crew honor points rewards up at the top. So make sure that you're checking that one out. So on top of that, we do have the support store, which is in the commissary. If you go to the support store, you will see some joint op chips. You need to buy 3 of these within the week. Hopefully you've been doing your support points. You've been getting them from world bosses or wherever that may be, but you can get 1,500 points maximum per day. So that's the confirmed cap now. So that's quite a bit. You will need about 2,700 in order to get the joint supply chips. So work towards that. Make sure you get all 3 of those. If you get all 3 of those, you could go for like black nucleus or gold. I would prefer the black nucleus over the gold because you will have chances to get gold later on. But hey, it's up to you. You do what you want. So with those out of the way, all of that out of the way, we have a few more important things to talk about now. Now we're going to get into vehicles, maintaining vehicles. This unlocks at level 32. what is this? How does this work? So the way this works is every time you have a vehicle, and this is unique for each vehicle, you can maintain it, which is going to give you experience and fill up a bar at the top right. When that bar fills up, you're going to get dark crystals, and it's really generous. You're going to get like 20 dark crystals every like 5 levels. You're going to get tons, and that's per vehicle. So you can just keep cashing in and raking in the currency, and especially if you farm some of these mounts, then you can unlock additional mounts to feed in. Now the catch is you need machine parts. Machine parts, you should have been getting a little bit of them as time has been going on now. And since you've been collecting these machine parts, you're wondering what they're for. This is what they're for. So you can go ahead and maintain these. So I'll go ahead and maintain this vehicle. I'll hit quick maintenance, which is going to cash it in. And as you can see, I've leveled up. Great. I've claimed my 20 dark crystals. I can cash it in again, and I can keep going like that. As long as I have these machine parts, right? As long as I have these parts and these pieces, I can keep cashing in and getting more and more dark crystals. There is a small trap here. Small trap. If you hit aid requests, like if I were to say, hey, I need more of this item, I can request from my guild. I can also request from my friends particularly, and if I send an aid request to my guild, it's going to issue out that I want this item. It's going to pop up on people's screen. They're going to be like, hey, this player needs this item. Do not donate your machine parts to other players unless they're your friend, your buddy, you know them really well, and you don't mind helping them out, because you're going to need all of these that you can get. So please avoid that trap. Don't give away your parts, and especially don't give away these purple machine parts down the line. Please do not fall for that trap, because these are hard to get, and you will need them to maintain the higher level versions of the vehicles. So, with that being said, that's vehicles out of the way. Now we're going to talk about those machine parts. How do you get them? The way that you get them is by killing like mechanical monsters. So any of those like robot dogs you see out, or robots with lasers on their heads, that's going to be a good way. But there is a very nice way that you can get. This is going to be an additional daily that you're going to need to do. So we're going to go ahead and teleport to the Omnium Tower, because that's going to get us to Hykros. And Hykros is a gold mine for resources here. You're going to get tons of machine parts, and I'm going to show you how. So the machine parts are available in Hykros. There is another location in the Bangi Shelter on the map. So the Bangi Shelter is this bottom location down here where you met Bai Ling at first, and there are some other things that you can find in towns, but what you're going to do is something called investigation. So we're going to teleport to Hykros and start doing that, but the gist of it is that you're going to look through pretty much the trash, right? You're going to look through trash cans, you're going to look through boxes, you're going to look through weird looking machine things, and if anything has an interaction, that means it's going to be lootable. And if it's lootable, that means that you can get machine parts starting at level 32. This is important. At level 32, this is when you can start getting this. So I'm going to go ahead and search this little trash bin here, and then I'm going to hold Alt, and you can see that I got an item. So I have to hold Alt and then click that item, and then I will receive it. I think if you walk away and don't click that item, it might mail it to you, but I'm not super sure, so make sure you click that. So I just got myself a coolant there, and I'm going to run up the stairs, and I'm going to go ahead and start looting some more things, and I'll show you a few other boxes here that will have some things to search. So this little, like, whatever this is, I don't know, computer or something. Sometimes you can't get anything, and that's okay. You can also search the vending machines, but they usually give sodas. But I'll search the next one, and I'll just keep going down the line, right? I'm going to keep looking for anything and everything I can search. A box, okay, great, sweet, got another coolant. And you can get rare machine parts in this. You can get the blue rarity. You can also get the purple rarity, so that's something that you can also get. So you just go around and you look, and you're like, like, which one of these can I loot? Is anything lootable here? And you keep rotating around until you find things and objects that are able to be looted. And there are several. They can be disguised and look like random things, so just be aware of that. And you just want to go around and keep picking up these machine parts, and then if you get lucky, you can get those purple and the blues. There are many, many machine parts to get in this. Like, there's a box, there's a trash can here, like all kinds of stuff. So make sure you go around and collect all these. Hykros is a gold mine for this area. So now that we have talked about that's what we've talked about there. We have a few other really good things coming out today, And the main thing that's going to be coming out is going to be PvP. PvP is going to open up at 12 on the server time, and it's going to last about until midnight on whatever your server thing is. So you can see that here. It unlocks at level 31, so it's called the Apex League. The Apex League will give you 1 vs 1 PvP ladder. It's ranked, so you're going to get a rank, you're going to level up, you're going to get rewards, and at the end of the season, you're going to get handed out an exclusive mount, an exclusive PvP title, and an exclusive cosmetic, along with dark crystals and a bunch of other good resources. The cosmetic is amazing. It is like a blindfold that makes you look like something out of straight Nier Automata, or like you're Illidan or something from World of Warcraft. So it's going to be something you're going to want to fight for and obtain. So that is going to be coming out today, and of course I'm going to be doing a ton of PvP. That's pretty much what I'll be streaming, so it's going to be a good time. So let's go ahead and make sure that we participate in that PvP at least enough to unlock some of the achievements. And don't worry, you're going to fight against opponents of your same skill, but it's also going to be like the more you play, the more you earn. So eventually you're going to hit the max rewards as far as achievements go for PvP. If you want to push the titles, then you're just going to have to get good. That's basically it, right? You're going to have to get the top on the server and be the top PvP player there. So with that out of the way, we're jumping into shops. So what's new in the shops? Like, this is something that I wanted to kind of point out, is going to be that, you know, we talked about it briefly before, was the support point thing. You need to get that cap. But any new items in the shop is going to be the crystal section here. You're going to have access to 2 more purple items. These, again, are kind of traps, but eventually you'll have to spend on something so you can upgrade your gear. If you really need these for Bygone Phantasm, go ahead and grab the blue items that you need. This is going to be your best place and cheapest place to get them, and this will be where you can start to upgrade. But you could also just wait and save till later, because you could use these on a little bit more useful things, including booster modules and advancement modules, which are going to be resetting on Monday. So make sure you buy all of those out of the shop today before that resets. Other than that, every other shop should be roughly the same. If you're buying anything from the crew store, it should be potent omnium crystals, and that's about it for now. And then nothing else has changed anywhere else. So with that mentioned, I do want to put out a daily reminder. Make sure you are doing your gifts from the black market and from Cetus Island, because that will be very important. We are probably very close to awakening a character and getting towards that 4,000 point awakening. So make sure that that's something that you are striving for, because it's going to go a long way in terms of progress for what you need to do. And that's going to be something that you're going to need to get as like a big power up. It's going to help you a lot in the Bygone Phantasm, so make sure that you're on top of that. And not to mention, in the shop, like the actual cash shop, if you go ahead and go to the hot section, make sure you are buying your 1 or 2, depending on what kind of player you are, vitality solution. So the first one is 50 dark crystals. That's good for all free-to-play players. And if you are a dolphin or a whale, you can consider going for the 100 version, 100 dark crystals. And if you're a giga whale or a leviathan, you can get the last 2 for 200 apiece, but it is a little bit pricey, so just be aware of that. And one final thing I wanted to tell you guys, just for making it all the way to the end of the video and paying attention, I do want to tell you that you can get free vitality and dark crystals if you just open your character sheet by pressing C and select your birthday in the top right. There will be an option for you to click it. I set mine for today on the 8/14 because I wanted to get the reward. And so what happens is you will be mailed in your inventory 100 dark crystals for it being your birthday, and yes, it does work on the same day, as well as a birthday cake. And in the following day, you will get mailed another birthday cake, giving you more 60 vitality. So make sure to go ahead and get that cooldown going, because it's going to be once a year. So if you're still here by next year, you're going to receive a birthday cake at this time, and it's something that you could potentially hold on to and use for the later part of the game. And hey, the 100 dark crystals is not bad at all. Alright, so that's going to cover everything for day 5. Every single thing. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking through this. I'm going to have guides coming every day that's going to cover all the topics of what you need to do. And that's pretty much going to be it for this one. If this guide helped you in any way, shape, or form at all whatsoever, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And once again, thank you for watching. We will catch you in the next video.